So we love design. I love pretty things. I want you to pull up to your house, have everything you want, and just be so happy to be home. So that design, you can still have everything you want. We just use materials that have no toxins, VOC, no VOCs, no formaldehyde, just really healthy building materials that don't off-gas.
Welcome to the In the Arena podcast. My name is Jared Miguez, a co-host on this podcast that brings you the inspiring stories of our clients who are leaders and innovators across different industries in Southeast Louisiana. They are visionary entrepreneurs, savvy real estate professionals, media creators, military business owners, and community champions. And we are going to showcase the remarkable achievements and share their personal stories. Tune in for insightful conversations, valuable lessons, and motivational stories that are going to reveal their secrets to success and offer you insights to help you on your own path. Welcome to In the Arena Podcast. Welcome to In the Arena Podcast. We got two pretty ladies, and we're going to talk about building healthy homes.
Yes. And this is Lindsay's best friend. I mean, we can't start this podcast without honoring Lindsay and her amazingness and your best friendedness. So high standards because we have high expectations of our Lindsay.
Yes.
And her niece.
And her niece. A blood relative may or may not be her child because they're so much alike, but her relative.
Yes.
All right, ladies, we're going to do this.
So we got two things we're going to talk about today. We want to tell people about what you do, who you are, and what value you bring to our community. And then we want to talk about how you operate your business. And you said a lot of good things on your show notes before we got started. So I'm really excited to tell the audience what you do and have them learn from you and how you operate your business. The cool part is you have kind of self-taught yourself some of these things, right? And so tell us how your contracting business is different than others.
Okay, so my contracting business started because I was wanting to build my house, have a healthy home for my family, because we had some health issues, and it was based off of something that was from the environment, not just, food or, what we're eating and doing lifestyle-wise.
You mean like air quality mostly?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Air quality, cell towers, things like that, radio frequencies, EMFs, all of that.
I was driving by somewhere the other day and I was thinking to myself, I was driving down Ocean Boulevard and like those like serious power lines going down the middle of there and all the neighborhoods. I mean, I can't imagine that it's good for you to be around that type of voltage, especially when it's going underground, like under your feet all day.
No, it's
also,
not.
we do not do any of those lawsuits.
Yeah, no kidding. No.
No,
We'll throw those out
Not many
somewhere.
people do. I know. Good mom. Actually, I can get into a whole thing.
But just tell us what, like, why, how can you provide a home, build a home that is going to protect your family from those types of things?
and mold.
Yes, Emma. Well, there's several environmental factors that can play a part against your health. So we tried to do that from the design of the home to the materials we use to build, and then what we put inside the home.
So tell us about some of those things. Is it like from the siding on the side of the house to the roof to the windows? Like what type of, like what are the materials?
So we like to work with architects that have knowledge of the proper ventilation, where the window placement should be for natural light, because we want to get away from all the iridescent lights or the
lights that are blinding you right now while you're sitting under these things?
Fluorescent lights, sorry. No. LED lights.
Yes.
So you want more natural
You don't
lights.
like LED lights?
No.
You gotta tell me, girl. I don't know these things.
They do have newer lights that they're coming out with that are better for us, but it does mess with your circadian rhythm and cortisol and melatonin production.
For sure.
So essentially, your home could be messing with your hormones.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can tell you.
I don't need anything messing with my hormones anymore.
I know.
And the amount of time that I work at night, I mean, and I feel bad for my wife because she tosses and turns while I'm working with the computer light on in the end of the room. And like, I know that that's not good for you while you're trying to sleep. And I don't know if I'm blessed or maybe I really have no clue how lack of quality of my sleep, but I can like be staring at my computer and then lay down in my bed and close my eyes and be sleeping in 15 seconds.
That's called exhaustion.
Yeah,
dude.
that is.
Yeah, maybe so.
We probably want to check your adrenals.
Maybe so. I don't know.
That's what we got. We're just tired, bro.
So we do a lot of education too. Like when you go to sleep, put your phone on airplane mode so you're not being exposed to that while you're sleeping. Making sure that in your master bedroom or any bedroom that your bed is not on a wall with an electrical box or a power breaker. What is it called?
Yeah.
The power breaker.
The one outside?
Yeah.
Yep. You know?
Your breakers. Yeah.
Breakers.
Yeah,
Your breakers.
breaker box.
Okay. Don't put that in.
I think
That's our Louisiana way. It's like, like a brake tag in your breaker box.
Yes, the breaker box. It's because you need to be 4 feet away from EMFs And if not, that will interrupt your sleep.
Interesting. You like the outlets that are behind me by my bed where my phone gets plugged in? That's what you're talking about?
No,
No.
I'm talking
about the
about
breaker
No,
box.
like your lights go out because Stephanie had on her
breaker
curling
box.
iron,
Yeah,
her
the
straightener,
breaker
and the blow
box.
dryer, and you got to go flip them back on.
because now they want them in front of the house, like towards the front of the house, and some bedrooms are in the front of the house, so it's on the bedroom wall,
Wow.
and not in the garage.
Cool.
So placement of that is very important. With the plugs in your wall in the bedrooms, we do like a metal clad wiring that prevents EMFs in your bedroom from wiring.
This is just a whole other world for me to even think about. I'm healthy, and so I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, right?
So I have a wellness business for 7-8 years, and working with clients, we were finding it wasn't just food or lifestyle; it was environment that played a huge part in their illness. So finding out that their bed was against that wall with the electrical box, it was something that they just moved their bed and they got better.
So you're talking, I mean, and I think about this often when people are talking about like health quality. Is it like a noticeable difference, or is it something that you're not going to realize? You're just going to wake up and, with the cancer-ridden community that we have now in the world we live in, is it something that one day you find out that you got a month to live too late, or is it just like poor quality of sleep, move your bed from that wall and you sleep better?
I mean, chronic inflammation, chronic can lead to cancer or any disease that causes disease. So yes, we want to prevent that chronic inflammation, that chronic insomnia, or whatever you're dealing with, because that will end up to something that you definitely don't want.
Yeah, you can't come back from it.
Right.
And so when you're meeting with somebody, are you, I imagine when I go sit down with an architect or a draftsman, they're going to be looking at the things that I want. I want the walk-in pantry. I want the shower here. And I want these things. But are you looking at somebody's maybe allergies and their health whenever you're making the decisions on the type of material you're going to use for the house?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So we love design. I love pretty things. I want you to pull up to your house, have everything you want, and just be so happy to be home. So that design, you can still have everything you want. We just use materials that have no toxins, VOC, no VOCs, no formaldehyde.
Volatile organic compounds. I learned that in college.
Yes.
So proud of you.
Yes, very good.
Look at you using that degree.
Knew it would come in handy.
Just
20 years
really
later.
healthy building materials that don't off-gas.
Very cool.
I want to talk about mold.
Yes.
So you
I
talk about air
love
quality.
talking about mold.
I mean, we have to. It's Louisiana, right? So this is my 16th year of practice. My family's in construction, represented a lot of construction companies. There's an aspect of, dude, this is Louisiana. There's going to be moisture. You're going to have condensation. You may have mold issues, right? And there's always that fine line, especially in litigation, of what constitutes an actual mold problem. Right. So I would love to know more about what you're doing from the design aspect that helps prevent that, because it's inherent in our environment.
Right. So it doesn't have to be.
I love it.
Because if you have the proper design, we put our HVACs in the attic. So if we do that, we have to make sure that it's properly insulated. There is no place anywhere in the house where the hot air is meeting the cold air, because that will, produce mold.
Right.
So we make sure everything's sealed right and insulation is done right. We can also put the HVAC somewhere else.
So one of my pet peeves, because I've watched this happen, and it doesn't matter which construction company I'm representing, which subcontractor we're representing, HVAC subs all have a different approach. There's an aspect of the job that is subjective, not objective. And so you oftentimes have somebody that'll come out and be like, well, I don't know why they did it this way. We literally, in this particular room, had someone come out and work on it, fix a problem, and then have someone come to do the servicing that does the regular maintenance and reverse what they fixed and had to have it reversed, just because it's so subjective. So talk to me about that, how you're guiding the subcontractors that you're working with. Is that something that you're doing on the architecture level? Angelle is smiling. She is so happy about this conversation. Y'all give me more.
I hate mold, but I love talking about mold.
So architect absolutely want to make sure the ventilation is done properly, especially with the attic, because it's so hot up there. People don't realize there's whirlybirds, which happened with the last house I built. The architect put whirlybirds. Well, the attic was like 7,500 feet, and he put 3 whirlybirds. That's only 400 feet per, 450 per whirlybird. So it's not enough. It's
Those
not
are
enough
what they're doing is they're creating a suction that's going
Right.
to pull
They're releasing the hot air from the
sure.
attic. We're getting one put in our building in Fremo above our conference room because it's so low that the heat is trapped. And so we cannot possibly cool the area in that raised building.
And when people don't realize, I had a mold problem in my old house because they put a too big of a system on my house. And so what it was doing is it was zapping the air, getting it really cold really quickly, and then shutting off. And this is just you tell me if I'm wrong, but the nature of an air conditioner is it's conditioning the air by pulling the moisture out of the air, right? And conditioning it and cooling down the house. And then when it shuts down for that period of time, it doesn't turn on for a longer period of time, right? So it zaps the air when it's too big, and then it pulls all the moisture out really fast, but then it doesn't pull it out again.
Well, it depends on your unit.
Yeah.
We have some that have dehumidifiers in them, but not all units do that.
Yeah, mine did not.
Okay.
So it was like all the air ducts in our house were
It
full
was
of mold.
humidifying.
Yes, it was making it
Dehumidifying.
moist.
So I think that's a misconception sometimes that it's just the HVAC. I think it's ventilation and then proper installation.
Yeah.
That really makes a difference with that.
So a lot of the time, what we've been seeing too, especially in Louisiana with mold, is that it's not properly ventilated. We have people venting into the attics. We have people
In
venting
their bathrooms, yes.
Yeah, like in different areas where ideally you put your vent on. You're like, okay, what's coming out of this room? It's going somewhere.
Right.
And I think that's why people have this big idea that we're in Louisiana, you're going to have humidity, you're going to have mold, but you don't have to if it's properly ventilated. You're using the right materials and you have the right AC
right equipment.
unit. Yeah, like
Even
it's
in the
completely
bathroom, some of
preventable.
those vents pull that heat from the attic or outside back into the bathroom, and that's where you get that mildew and mold. So we want to prevent that from happening.
So whenever you're working with an architect or a draftsman, right? I know that sometimes there can be a little bit of friction between the two parties because somebody's drawing the plans, and then you have to go out there and actually build the house.
Right.
And I've heard builders say that architects sometimes don't let them actually build to do things in a way that is conducive to the house because of the way that it's positioned on the lot, where the way the sun's coming up and where the sun's going down related to the windows and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How do you work with the architect or the draftsman in that
I
sense?
do have a few architects that are building biologists also like me.
Oh, cool.
So I make sure that they either read through the plans to give me ideas of what could go wrong, or they actually do the plans themselves.
Very cool. And like how long of a process is it to go through the process of designing the house in this sense? Because I know that you can go meet with a draftsman and to build your dream house, it can take a couple months. Is it a different process and a longer process to get a house ready for plans?
I mean, it's not really different because the architect doing it knows what to do and what to look for. It just really depends on the size of the house and what the client wants in their house.
Yeah. So what's your process, right? So you talked about the client, servicing the client is one of the most important things for your business. What does the client process look like for you guys whenever you have somebody come to you and say, I know that you're a building biologist, you're going to take care of us and build the house that's going to keep us safe. What's the steps you take them through?
So once they contact us, we had a lot of people out of state, which I'm a licensed contractor in Louisiana, so I'm limited in where I can build. So we do consulting with builders or with the homeowner to make sure that they follow a certain protocol and strategy and list while building the house. And then we did develop a certified healthy home certificate. So if they use the materials that we recommend and it's done properly, and we're seeing visually it's done every step of the way, we will certify that house.
And I see that is that trademarked on here. That
Yes.
I saw the notes. So take your.
I need to talk to you about that too,
Trademark.
because I did the trademark myself, but it keeps coming back. So I don't know. I need somebody to look at it.
We know a girl. We know a girl that can help you out with that, and a guy that can help you out with that.
Yes.
But with our consulting too, like you said, we work with the homeowner and we work with the builder, and that's from start to finish. That's from when you get your lot or when you have your house and you're remodeling.
Yes. Location.
We
like
start
making sure you're not by power lines, making sure you're not by cell towers, and knowing your environment. And in other states, it's like even the ground, making sure there's no radon, different things that they don't really have here.
And so talk to me a little bit about the cost, right? Like consulting is an extra fee,
Yes.
but I always like to point out to people, just like we do when people invest in legal advice before the problem,
Yes.
right? How much is it saving them in the end? What studies have y'all seen?
So we are saying, it makes the value of the house about 8 to 10% higher.
Oh, good.
Because people like that it's built healthy and they don't have any worries going in. The price of it, we do a consulting fee, and they have one where we travel out and we go and see the site and we are more hands on. And then there's one where we're just doing everything virtually.
With one site visit.
Right. Should we say the prices? Or no?
You want
That's up to you.
Oh, okay.
That's up to you. I mean,
I don't know because we're
I
not.
think the
it's
significance
just-
of what I wanted y'all to point out is what I imagine is that you have this small cost on the front end, but it's
Yes.
going to save you on the back end with the
Yes.
headaches that people otherwise deal with, not to mention the side effects for your personal health care.
So I'm going to tell you this. If you're going to invest in anything and you're going to invest in a healthy home, investing in mold prevention is going to be top tier. Because if you don't, you will spend, at least for me.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, like for me, and I just had, 2-3 bedrooms full of mold. I had to replace everything. And that for me was, close to $30,000 worth of furniture where I could have
Yes.
invested in that prior and I wouldn't have to replace everything, especially with inflation.
Right.
And you're paying for peace of mind because your home is where you live. It's where all your valuables are. You don't want to lose that because you have black toxic mold and you have to leave everything behind. A remediation just for a bathroom is about $5,000-$6,000. That's just to remediate. Then you have to redo it. We have a client in Florida that their whole house was full of mold, so they're having the whole house remediated. I think they're at like $300,000 by the time they're done. So you could save up to $100,000, $500,000 in the end if you just do it right the first time.
Yeah. No, I had friends that personally went through that. They bought a very nice home, valued over $1 million, did several $100,000 of renovations, and then the stairs started buckling. They uncovered the stairs and everything that had open space behind the house that you don't think about inside the walls,
mold.
everything in mold. And it came down to the soffit not venting and there being too much airflow, similar to Jared's situation pumping in. And, the biggest thing I stress to my construction clients, because we like to represent the businesses, but construction litigation is tough because it brings in so many different parties. You're not dealing alone with the GC or their insurance counsel. Then you're bringing in every subcontractor and everybody wants to point a finger, right? Because the people that did the siding and the trim and chose the materials is different than the general contractor, which is different than the sub that installed the AC. And so when you're talking about proportioning out liability for what the damages that people are actually incurring, it takes a long time. And so even when you ultimately get a remedy in the end, you waited for it and you dealt with the struggle and you have to pay for the repairs and the replacement up front. And so to me, I don't even know what your direct costs are, but it makes sense to get ahead of it, especially in this Louisiana environment. Because that's always, just the moisture in the air alone and our temperature changes. This morning it was -2 degrees. I know. And then right now, or 50, right? I'm a true Louisiana girl. Anything below
too.
65,
So cold.
-2 degrees. I know. I was miserable. I had to use my app to turn the heater on in my car before I could get in it. And then, you walk out in the middle
early
of the day.
2000s whenever you had to get in your car and push and crank it to get the air conditioning heater on?
That's what Jason was for then.
My steering wheel or my seats don't warm, so I don't want to hear it.
That's right. I am so low maintenance when it comes to vehicles, but those are my 2 requirements.
Yeah, no,
Once I had a
absolutely.
heated steering wheel, because if not, I'm driving like this. I can't even touch the wheel.
So cold.
It's bad. All
The
right.
drama.
That's funny. So this is I'm sure it's an ever changing environment, right?
Yes.
Just the health space in general is everybody's always learning, trying to do the newest, healthiest thing, and then the materials of which you have to build houses, the standards keep getting higher when it comes to fortified roofs and keeping us safe from all the outside things that we're talking about. How are you staying up to the latest trends and the newest ideas in that space of healthy homes, the biological homes?
We have partnerships with companies that provide healthier materials that are non-toxic. Some of the standards, everybody's trying to do air tight, and our houses have to breathe because if it's airtight, then you're going to have mold issues, you're gonna have ventilation issues. So, I don't know.
Ongoing education.
Yeah, ongoing education.
Yeah, so you're staying in touch with your partners in the building space. You know which companies are forward thinking. You're
Yes.
aligning with those types of organizations so that you can stay up on with the.
I
newest
know
thing.
what companies are what not to do.
For sure. We talk a lot about having common values with the partners that you have, right? And then
Yes.
making sure that you're aligning with the right organizations and partners, and whether that's referral partners or your employees or the people that you're buying supplies from, make sure that y'all are all on the same page in the way that you operate your business and the mindset around how you take care of the world, the people that you're working for and working with. You don't want the cheapest materials. You want the highest quality materials, no matter what the cost is. And so having those types of people who are helping you do the research to give you the supplies that's going to keep your clients healthy is important.
Yes.
What are your non-negotiables for materials?
Never spray foam. I won't do it.
All right.
Flat roofs, won't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's
That's
commercial.
a thing of the past too, right? Though, other than commercial.
There is some houses and commercial buildings that is, especially in our environment, it's not a good idea. Spray foam is terrible.
Why is spray foam terrible?
Off gases.
If she says it.
Every time I say this,
She says it.
termites love it.
Termites like what?
Termites will eat the spray foam.
Okay. Good
You
to know.
cannot see leaks if there's leaks.
Yeah.
And it, like I said, it's made of chemicals, so it off gases. And so you constantly have that off gassing.
Interesting.
Every time she says termites love it,
Oh, we get in trouble.
we get in
On
trouble
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Why?
They attacked us.
Termites too?
They attacked, they did.
Termites attack you no matter what. When May comes
do.
around,
They're
you better-
fans.
The termites get super mad when I say that.
attacked us on YouTube.
That's why we laugh, because I'm like, oh, so spray foam, I won't do that. Ceramic paint, like on the outside, I don't like that. I'm worried about the zip board because it's so airtight, especially in our climate. So I don't like to use that. What else?
What are your go-tos?
My go-tos? I don't do vinyl. We also try to use materials that are good for the environment, and you cannot
while they're being
recycle.
made, like how they're
Yes.
processed.
Yes, that, and also if you knock the house down, vinyl cannot be recycled. It does not break down. So we try to use materials that you can recycle, that are good for the environment and good for the clients.
So like in my head right now, I'm like, oh crap, right? Spray foam. I don't know if I have vinyl. I'm sure I do. But making a list of that, anybody that's listening to this and they do that inventory, can y'all go through and renovate a home to make it?
Yes.
So we have a couple of options.
Yes.
We do have our healthy home checklist. So it's literally like a step-by-step guide. It gives you all of our options on.
Oh, you made the list that I was making in my head already.
We've already made it.
So we have a
have
checklist.
all the do's and don'ts. We have the pricing for each item. We have it all. From start to
Recommendations of
finish.
materials.
And then we also offer the healthy home audit. So if people are like, you're sitting here wondering, okay, I have this, you can give us a call. We'll do a healthy home audit on you and say, okay, so what is your main area of concern? Or if you're having these symptoms and you want,
What are your symptoms? We go over your health first.
what are
See
your
if it could be
symptoms?
playing a part.
We're going to see. And it's easy for us to pinpoint what materials or how your home was designed or built are affecting your health. And then we give you the step-by-step plans on how to fix it.
So do y'all work with any other, healthcare providers or just people that are trying to make the community healthy? Because I find people try different things, and when we talk to them about it, they're just frustrated. They're at a loss, right? Like something's wrong with me. I can't figure it out. I changed my diet. I'm still having issues, right? So getting to the next step and the next step. So tell me about that.
Well, she's a functional medicine practitioner as well.
Oh, very cool.
I mean, are
So
you
it
tired?
goes hand in hand. So a lot of the times when we get our clients, we'll go over their health history, we'll go over their health goals and their health concerns. And most of the time it is, what you're eating, what you're doing, your lifestyle, but then we look at the environment aspect of it too. We're like, okay, so where are you sleeping? How, do you have mold in your home? And they'll be like, oh yeah, we've had a leak in our ceiling for months. We're like, okay, so it's not just your healthy lifestyle, it's the mold in your home. Like, let's look at the whole picture.
Yeah.
And we do get a lot of referrals from physicians, other practitioners, even there's some, lawmakers that have reached out about like cell towers and different things like that.
Yeah. So, is there, it seems to me, if there is a healthy home, it's kind of a blanket uniform rule for everybody, right?
It
Don't
should
put your
be.
head on
It
the wall
should
next
be,
to this.
yeah.
But I guess,
But it's not.
but I
I've never
guess,
had this conversation before.
Well, that's what we're trying to do. And when we launched this, we were getting calls all over the United States, even from Canada,
Utah.
And I was like, wow, I didn't realize this was such a need, but it's a need. It should be done properly from the beginning.
We want healthy homes to be the new normal.
for sure.
We shouldn't have these homes that are built with crappy materials that are affecting your family's health.
For sure.
Or even cookie cutter. You want to pull up and have your house 3 houses down. You want your custom home, and it doesn't have to be so much more.
It's not.
It really isn't. Healthier materials aren't too.
When you walk into a building like this, you looking like, are you critiquing every little thing that we're doing and saying,
I'm not gonna lie. When I was walking in there, I was checking for mold.
You were checking for mold?
I always, it's a thing I do now. Every time I walk in someplace, I'm like,
I feel like we need to get you a mold certification.
I really should. I am like a huge mold
like,
advocate.
I hate mold.
I'm a mold advocate. It ruined my life.
Well, because I do functional medicine, we were able to test her and her whole family for mold, and they all were positive for the same mold. And then we also have tests that you can test the house. So it's like a full circle. We try to take care of the patients, the clients, and their home.
Well, that's it was essentially like a home audit. I kept coming into work and I'm like, I'm so tired. I have this ear infection. I can't open my jaw. Like it was awful. And she's looking at me and she's like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, I don't know. I have to empty out my dehumidifier. Like this is the third time today. And she looks at me. She's like, you have mold in your home. I'm like, no, I don't. And she's like, yes, you do. Sure enough, mold toxicity test done. Tested our furniture done.
It was growing in the back of her furniture.
wow.
But if you have a dehumidifier and you're dumping it, you have mold in your house.
So that's step one, get a dehumidifier and see if you have to dump it.
Well, yeah, if you need one, all you need is one of those little devices that tells you the humidity in your room. And it should be at a certain...
I'm curious.
Yeah, and the reality is that there's molds in it. There's mold everywhere. It's just the level of mold that you have that's
that
important.
You can tolerate.
And so
Well,
that's
there's
what the test is
naturally
doing.
occurring
For sure.
mold. Mm-hmm. You know, when
And
you
then
open
there's
your
toxic
windows.
mold
Yeah.
that ruins your life.
It ruined my life. I'm telling you right now.
And then, like, when we're done with building, then we talk about the cleaners you use, the HEPA filters you put in your house, different things to continue keeping your house clean.
So let's talk about the way you operate your business. So you have one employee.
Yes.
And you've delegated a specific task to her.
Yes.
How did you decide what you were going to delegate?
Because I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Step one.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have a lot on my plate. I have the education and the license and, the certifications, but I don't want to do it. I don't know how to do it. So she came in and then she also, not just social media or marketing, she talks to the clients, she does the books, different things like that. Like she schedules everything.
All the client onboarding. I'm the one you talk to when you call.
Yes.
We have a matrix that we've used and we've talked to some of our clients about, and it's got 4 quadrants. It's the first one is what you're good at and you like doing.
Mm-hmm.
The second, what you're good at you don't like doing. The next one is what you don't like doing but you're good at it, and the last one is you don't like doing, you're not good at it. And as you build out your list of things that you do throughout the day, you pick the ones that you don't like doing, you're not good at, and those are the ones you want to delegate first. And then as you are able to grow and hire more employees, then you can start delegating the 3 boxes, so you're living in your things you like doing and you're good at. Then the magic is whenever you get to that point, and then you take that box of stuff and you break that down into 4 boxes, and then you can really get intentional to focus on your highest and best use.
Yes.
It sounds like you took the first step. Mm-hmm. How's it going?
Good.
It's going great.
We're probably going to need to hire somebody soon, but because her plate is getting full.
For sure.
Mine is like, I like getting the piece of the puzzle, like figuring out what's going on with somebody's health or their house. The mystery part.
The scaling versus founder mentality is a really cool thing too. Like as you get to where you're about to hire another person, and the point at which you go from being a doer to a manager because you have people that you have to make sure are doing the job the right way is a interesting point in your business life cycle, right? Because you have to manage your time well to be able to do the things that you're really good at that you like doing. The reason why you got into business in the first place,
right? And
then also be able to lead and manage somebody too, or several people, which is when the real magic happens with business, because then you got to deal with not only your own things that you're going through and your own health but you also got to make sure that your team is feeling the love and they're feeling and their mood growing and getting better too.
Yeah.
I think the 2 missteps in the next hire, right? People usually get it right and delegate what they're not good at and they don't like doing first. But the 2 missteps from there is they don't want to invest in developing as a leader, and being good at what you do does not mean that you're a leader. And so oftentimes they'll hire, not have clear expectations, and then that next hire is a failure. And then the second big mistake is that matrix that Jared was talking about. You do still have the other things that you don't like doing, but you're good at. And then you have things that you like doing, but you're not good at. Those are the ones that you have to get rid of. And they jump to the other things that they don't want to do rather than immediately giving away the ones that they're not good at because they want to hold on to the things that they like, right? And that's just not in the best interest. That's in the best interest of self and not in best interest of the company. So as you continue to scale, not having those two missteps is really important. So it's like as soon as you make that first hire, you should be investing in leadership growth. You should be learning what it's like to communicate. You know, Jared used the word manage. If you have a properly built system that people use, it should manage itself.
Yes.
But there's still human engagement.
Yeah.
And that human engagement has to be solid.
Absolutely.
There has to be a foundation of trust. There has to be open communication. And if you don't develop your skills in leadership, you won't have either.
How you
So
feel about
Angelle,
that?
how's she doing with it?
I mean, we have a ton of open communication. I think we talk like 23 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but
We
for
have
a
a
while I was by
relationship.
myself, and I didn't like being by myself. So having her come on was great.
And I know her
It's
expectations.
lonely at the top sometimes. When you start reaching your goals and your business is growing, it's like, okay. So yes, I definitely have considered maybe a business coach or somebody to help me get past these little points where I've never been before.
And that's a perspective that you get whenever you meet with somebody who's actually been a couple steps ahead of you. And the trick about a business coach or consultant is making sure you pick somebody who's actually done it and gone through what you've gone through.
Right.
Amen.
Right.
And sometimes the best coaches and consultants are more of a mentor because they're in the business too, or they're at the last phase of their business and they're there to just give you perspective and they'll talk to you. And it's less of a business relationship and more of a mentorship or a friendship that they're kind of, imparting knowledge and wisdom on you. You know, I learned very on whenever I started that I would ask other people who were good at the skill that I was trying to get better at, not necessarily in as a lawyer, but good marketers in general, or people who were good at solving problems, or people who were good at leadership, and just spend time with them and ask them questions and tell them the things that you're feeling and going through, and getting their perspective on how you can implement just the soft skills that they had. That because like Lauren always says, business is business, right? Like the principles for your business are going to apply mostly to ours because it's all business in general. We have the profession that we do, the service we offer, which is going to be unique to each of us. But how our business operates and grows, it's pretty consistent across the board. There's again, you get into compliance and things like that related to specific industries. It might tailor a little bit how you have to operate. But generally speaking, we're all operating the same. So being around other people who are just successful business owners in general will rub off on you in a positive way.
Absolutely.
So,
Love that.
yep.
So if you have people that listen to this like me and we're like, oh crap,
Yes.
I need that audit. I need to figure this out. How are they going to find y'all?
We are on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok.
And who is we, right? Like,
Yeah,
what are we looking for?
Building Healthy Homes.
We have a website, Building Healthy Homes, CGC. Carmadelle General Contracting is my contracting business. So it's buildinghealthyhomescgc.com. And we have everything there. You can sign up for the audit, the checklist, or just for a consult.
Do y'all have a lot of information on social media if people want more information?
We
Yes.
have a ton of information.
Who's the social media person? Are you on social media? Are y'all both on social media?
She makes me.
I make her. I make her.
I like to be behind the scenes.
I'll go to the office and I'm like, sit down. Your face is getting on camera today.
Yeah.
That's how we want people to treat us, and then we'd be like, we're on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the beauty of, and I, as much as people think that like Jared likes to be in front of people all the time and he's always wants to be social, he loves being in front of the camera. It's not natural. It's not fun, but
Right.
you have to do it in order for you to get where you're going to be. And you get more comfortable the more you do it, right? Like you get to be where you don't fear it, you understand its value, and you get to build relationships with people, right?
Yeah,
if you use it in the right way, it's not just a selfish way of generating more business. You can add value and partner with people and collaborate and educate people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tool for education. Everybody's getting
Absolutely.
their education there these days.
And to build a trust so people know who I am, what I've done, what I've been through, and they can trust that, we're a good company and we're going to take care of them.
Yeah, and the beauty of social media is that there are hundreds of contractors out there. Somebody might not care as much about having a healthy home. They might want the cheapest thing that they can get.
Right.
That's not your ideal client. So
No.
talking about that. And I had a real estate agent raise their hand one time and say, well, I get nervous to post because I don't want people to get frustrated and stop following me. It's like, well, if social media is a tool for you to have a bunch of friends, then don't post about your business a bunch because they won't leave. But if your business is a way for you to generate more leads and build relationships and find out who's interested in what you do, post and post and post until everybody else leaves, until
Let
you
'em
have just
go.
the people that you want to speak to, so that you know exactly who your audience is. If you got 10,000 people and you need 10 of them, and you don't know which one of those are your 10
Right.
because you have too many people following you, then that 10,000 is for nothing.
Exactly.
But if you have 10 people who are following you that all buy your service, then you're have way
Keep
more of an
talking
impact
to
on
them.
social media.
Exactly.
So- Yeah.
That's been a big thing. Like we will gain followers and followers and followers. We have the saves, we have the likes, and that's great. There's an interest, but reaching your ideal client, which can get tricky on social media because it's all about the algorithm and it's all about, your voice on there. That's ideal, is reaching your ideal client on social media, because that's brand awareness. That's the way you're going to get
And
out.
then having both partners on the same page. Like the wife might want it, the husband's like, this is silly.
Yes.
So they don't see the value in it, but one person does. So just having, people come together to understand what it is actually saves you money in your future if you look at it that way. And you get what
It's
you
an
want.
investment. Your home's an investment.
Right.
Or pull the right levers with the right people. The husband just wants to know that it's going to save money in the long run. Wife wants to make sure that her family's taken care of.
Yes.
And she
But
gotta-
who doesn't want a female contractor building their home?
Exactly.
Tell me
It's
why
gonna
that
be
is.
pretty.
Tell me
I
why
mean,
that
I think
is.
a
It's
lot
gonna
of,
be precise. It's
I
gonna
feel
be
like
pretty.
a lot of
Functional.
men do not.
They don't.
I don't feel like the husbands feel comfortable with a female contractor.
But it's gonna be done
What I've
right.
come across.
It's gonna be done right.
I think women are incredible at project management. I know we talked a lot about design, but at the end of the day, construction is project management.
Yes.
And we are professional multitaskers. It's what we're forced to do, and it's what we're born to do. And so anytime that there's a project management task, and again, not discrediting, there are men that are out there that are incredible. My dad has
Yes.
run an incredible construction business, and he is very multitask minded and project management minded. But if I were to isolate those gifts, I think that's one. I think that there's an empathy and care that comes across in a woman to understand the things that may not always be as functional and practical,
Right.
and force the position of how you're going to integrate it. Right. And that's coming from someone who's more masculine minded, but there is a value there.
Yeah, absolutely. Very organized. Built my own house in 8 months.
yeah.
Oh, that's fast.
So, and it was done right. And we have beautiful landscaping. It's very thought out, the
Well,
process.
and that's the thing too, is when building healthy homes is building your home, it's because we're building it with care. We've been through things that people haven't been through yet, and we're trying to prevent that from happening. No family should have to deal with EMF sickness. No family should have to deal with mold toxicity. When you can build it right, why wouldn't you do that? So when you hire us, we're doing it because we care, because we've been through it. We don't want someone else to deal with it.
I love that.
We'll drop the mic right there, except for the fact that I would build a beautiful home if I designed a home. Just saying.
Jared is motivated by aesthetics, and he
That's
loves
beautiful.
to shift rooms around. He's actually very good at space.
That's good.
So I agree. He would be great.
What about the outside landscaping?
I love landscaping that somebody else does for me.
Because that's so, it's so frustrating to see this beautiful house and it's a tiny little garden. I'm like, no.
No, I just think
That's the end of the project budget
I know.
problem.
So that should be in the budget. We put that in the budget because that's so important to me when you pull up and you want this beauty.
No, see, I just like symmetrical. So I'm okay with I like layers, but like straight lines. Like we had at my old house, I had a big giant brick wall on the side of our house, and I just put a row of honeysuckles on there, and I let it, and I put brand new ones, and then I let them grow, and I just kept them the perfect height. That is the most satisfying thing to me. Whenever you have the landscaping and the tight lines on the grass, and then you have the bushes and shrubs that are all perfectly trimmed in a straight line.
We have a
Can't wait to check on your bushes.
Oh, they're not like that right now.
All right. Well,
Oh,
that was
hold on,
awesome.
before we hop off, somebody just mentioned a nonprofit. Tell me about this. I got to hear about this nonprofit organization.
Sorry. I just
So
wanted to mention
we're
it.
currently working on creating a nonprofit for building healthy homes, just because we've had so many people reach out about having like
Autoimmune disease.
not autoimmune, but like
immune compromised.
immune compromised or
They've been living in a moldy home and
Yeah.
they want a safe place to
they-
go.
like for Airbnbs in different
cool.
places. So when people travel, they can actually go to a safe place, or if they're sick, they can stay in a safe place while they're healing.
Very cool.
So
Okay.
it's building houses that heal, and so we're working on that right now.
Very cool.
It's exciting. I love that. And getting the certification for Airbnbs. We travel a lot for my kids' sports, and we get Airbnbs everywhere that we go. And that would be really cool to know that you're going to a healthy spot for the weekend.
We get pulled on by a lot of nonprofits in the community, and there's a ton of nonprofits in here, a lot of really good ones. And people ask me, like, how do you know which ones to invest in? My mindset is the ones that I know that are run well, that are efficient and effective with the money they're going to get, and that actually add value to the community. Because the people here that are operating businesses that live here, their mindset is that they want to thrive and survive in the market that you're in, in the place they live, right? They want their business to thrive. They want to provide for their family. And a lot of people don't realize that the nonprofits that are really effective and efficient and use the money well are the ones that allow for the community to be a place where they can actually do that, right?
Right.
And so we were at a couple of events this weekend where nonprofits are doing a really, really good job at supporting our community. And so like people out there that are thinking, how do I know which ones to support? You have to find a value alignment and then make sure that the person running the organization is organized and uses the money effectively, and that they're adding value to the community that you live in so that you have the opportunity to accomplish all the things you set out to accomplish in your life. And so we love nonprofits and we support 99% of them in this area.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to have another one that's going to help make the community a better place for more people to come and do their business and run their lives.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for having me.
Thanks for coming.
This was fun.